Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, I'm your host, Mrs. M. And if you haven't, make sure you click the link below. That way you can subscribe to my channel and not miss out on anything you need to scale your business to six figures and beyond. How? So one of my main ways of scaling business has been through government contracts. But today, I'm going to give you 4 other things you can do, including government contracts. If I had $1,500 and I needed to create income now. Now, in this video, I'm going to go over my favorite, and I'm going to talk about why and how quickly you can expect it. And I'm going to be realistic with you. I know I get phone calls all the time because I've been in business over 30 years, and I've only been an entrepreneur after I got out of the military. I think I worked for a very small time at an accounting firm. And since then, I have been so blessed to have an income that I'm able to do what I want, when I want, how I want. But it wasn't like always like that. I had to get there. And one of the things I always thought about was, why do most people have one source of income, one thing, and if it's gone, they're out of luck? And I know that that might be the way we thought years ago, but that's definitely not the way we want to think now. And I like to think of them as little lucrative businesses, not necessarily, because when sometimes people think of it's like being a hustle, they may not take it as seriously as it can be. So I like to think of them as little soldiers that you're sending out that are working for you, bringing back the dollars. So you're sending them out and they're doing the work, and you're doing the thinking and they're doing the work in addition to that. So you're leveraging it. So when you have multiple strings of income, you might narrow it down, but it definitely helps take the pressure off. And right now, there's so much going on. It definitely helps. I've heard by listening to the news, they're talking about all the delinquencies with cars and how inflation is. So it's really getting real. So I'm going to give you my 5 favorite, and I am going to talk about what they are. So number 1, I would highly suggest something that involves editing, like video editing or something like that. Because even though people do Fiverr and all that, you can definitely do that as well. A lot of people can get software, but time is of the essence. Maybe they work a 9 to 5 and they really don't have the time to do it. And so that's something you could do. So video editing would be one of my favorite, especially if I'm looking under between $1,000 and $1,500. Maybe do a package or something that I offer, and you can definitely do that. That's number 1. Number 2 of my favorite is always been reselling. I love doing reselling, and where I may go to, I know when I was in Atlanta, Georgia, I had a boutique, and I would go to estate sales and I would get clothing, and they would have all kinds of designer clothing, and I would get them for next to nothing and then resell. And I had like a pop-up shop that was just fantastic. So reselling would be one of my favorite. You could definitely do that for like $500 to $1,000. You can do it online. So reselling is number 2. Number 3 definitely is going to be drop shipping, whether you're doing something drop shipping on Amazon. That's definitely going to be something you can create and then sell, and you can do drop shipping, and that's something that you can do for looking at, between $1,000, $1,500. My 4th thing that I would look at would be government contracts. I will still say government contracts because you can sell products. I definitely did that. And I would never, ever say that you cannot find products on Dibs. And because services are being cut, you can definitely find some mission essential products that you can sell for DLA, Defense Logistics Agency, that I think are definitely a great fit. Definitely. I think those are fantastic. And I would say that is something that you can do when you're looking at government contracts. All of these are things you can do even if you have a 9 to 5. Doesn't require a whole lot of startup time or money. And my 5th thing that I would suggest, and my sister did this, is voiceovers. You'd be surprised if you go on Fiverr or something like that. You can see a lot of people that want you to do voiceovers for them. They may want you to do voiceovers for them for their videos, their content. Voiceovers, you can go on Fiverr, or you go on, Upworks, and you can see quite a few voiceovers that you can put out to do voiceovers for someone. You'd be surprised how popular that is. So those are my 5 things that I think you could look at doing. And voiceovers, all of this is under $1,500. 5, as we could say, businesses that may not be just all exciting, but they can bring in 6 figures and beyond. So I would say 5 boring businesses that can bring you in 6 figures and beyond. Shh, don't tell everyone, because that's where you can make some money. So I'm so glad you stayed to the end. Make sure you join me for my GovCon Lunch and Learn, where I'm going to talk more about how you can make 6 figures in government contracts. And then I'm going to do more follow-up on other things you can do to continue to make 6 figures and beyond. So I look forward to seeing you. I do my GovCon Lunch and Learn every Wednesday, always doing something new when I do my GovCon Lunch and Learn, 12 noon. Hope to see you there. Make sure you implement some of these things. If you like what I do, please make sure you subscribe to my channel, like it, and share it. Take care. See you soon. Bye-bye.